Hey everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you how to create a simple clock in Python using tkinter, but before I get into that, I think it's especially helpful, that is, to kind of go through what our basic plan of attack is. So I'm going to make first a basic one that functions in bash. So first, what do we need to do? We need to import the time library. That way we can get the time and also make it wait 1 second via the sleep function, which you can see in here. And we're going to make a function called update, I guess, because it updates. And it's not going to be like this, but whatever. Just so I know that this is here. And what does our function gonna do? It's gonna get the time, set the time, and then we're going to print the time, and then we're gonna wait 1 second, and then we're gonna call our function again to make it go back to the beginning, get the time, set the time, print the time, and I think you can see where this is going, and then we're just going to call it in the main. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I literally think I just made it. It doesn't really get any harder than that. So let me just enter insert mode and import time, and then start the function. So this function is going to be called update. And did I name the... Okay, I'm going to make it variable time, and then I'm going to set it equal to the time strf time, and I'll show you the format for this on screen probably now, but each of these capital letters signify 1 minute, just let me finish. So each of these capital letters puts a 0 in front. So let's say it's 9 right now. It'd just be 9 and then whatever. But it'll make it like this, which I think kind of looks better. Yeah, so this little piece of code is going to get time. And next we're going to print the time because we want to see it in our terminal. And we're going to make it, I think it's wait, yeah. So the time library has a function to wait, it's time.sleep, and then this actually goes in actual seconds, so we can just put 1 and that way it waits. And then we're going to make a recursive function, so we're going to call the function we already declared inside the function that we declared to make it run again. It might seem a little complicated, but really it's not if you're familiar with programming. So let's see here. So we can see that our basic clock functions in the bash terminal, and if you don't know how to get out of this, like because enter won't work and like you can't just type exit, you know, you hit Control-C and it just gives you a little error code. Pretty neat to get out, but hey, maybe you didn't know that. Or maybe you did. I don't know. So, what do we need to do now? Well, we're going to want to import tkinter. I'm actually just going to go back here and hit K. There we go. Hit that. And then we're going to do from tkinter import and then star. So this is going to import the tkinter library so we can make a GUI or a window in this case. Not really a user interface, but hey. So let's see here. So there's a couple things we need to change, but there's also a couple things we can do before this. So first we're going to want to create a root window by calling the tk function, and then we're going to want to create a canvas so we can make a window. And inside this canvas, we're going to call the root function, and we're going to make the background black because I plan on making the text white, and I figure it'll be easy to see. And then we're going to call the canvas dot pack. Let's see, and then after our update, we're going to call the root dot main loop. Let me look. Yeah, okay, that's all looking good. And then we're going to create a window. So we're going to do canvas dot create underscore rectangle, and I plan on putting all the arguments for this on screen, but if you didn't know, this is x1, y1, x2, y2, and I think that's all the parameters we need. Yep, I'm pretty sure. And then the tkinter comes with a pretty nifty wait, I'm gonna undo that actually. Pretty nifty function. So here we have 2 lines of code, one to make it sleep and one to make it recursive. We don't really need to do this at all. Whoops, I'm messing stuff up now. Okay, I forget the the shortcut to get to the end of the line. I only know it for the front of the line, but hey. Okay, so there's a pretty nifty function that we can get rid of, or a method, but a pretty nifty method called after, and this will make it wait a second, and then we're also going to make it recursive again, but it's just for brevity's sake, it's a lot more clean and easy to read. So let me write this to the file, switch here, and let's see. So you can see we got this little window. Oh, I made the background white. I'm a fool. I meant to make it black. I'm pretty sure I said black, right? Did I say black? I don't know if I said black. Anyways, black. And we're gonna write this to the file just so you can see the changes. So we have this, and yeah, that's what I was thinking. So when we expand it, it has this little nasty white. So let's go to the pack method, and this is pretty useful. So we're gonna fill both the x and y, and then we're gonna say expand is equal to yes. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, so let's save this and call this okay. So we can expand our window now. That's looking pretty good. So let me turn on set number. Okay, so we have the time, so we can go about this pretty easy now. So we want to call a method of canvas again, create underscore text, and this has a few arguments. I believe it's the position and then its options. So we have a few options we can use. We're going to call it 00 though. And we're going to put our text in. So this is our variable var time that we want to print. And then we're going to make the font just so it looks a little better. One font that I know everyone loves is Comic Sans. I think it's Comic Sans MS. And we're going to make it 55 big. And then we're going to fill the text to be white. And we're also going to tell it to stay in the top left, which is the northwest. So NW. Yep, that should be fine. So let's see here. Oh geez. Yeah, I figured that might happen. Okay, so it's not updating, which we can fix pretty easy. We'll have to, let's see where the best place to put this is. So it creates the text down here. I think at the top is a pretty good place to put it, and we'll just call it canvas method delete, and we're gonna delete all. No, I think it's lowercase all. And that should be fine. We're gonna save this. Wait, oh, we're not gonna save this. Please. There we go. Now we're gonna save it because I'm a fool. Let's go back and yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. I mean, I could make it go to the center, but I don't think anchoring it to the center will have the intended desire in this case. So here, wait. Let me look at my code. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's it. In 16 lines with 1, 2, 3 spaces. Also, we managed to write a clock that functions in a separate window, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty basic, but I think it gets the job done. And if you guys want, I mean, I could keep this going even further. I know I could make it pull from a .ini config or like a YAML or some kind of config. I just have to make something to parse the config, but honestly that's not really that hard. But I just wanted to kind of make this tutorial, that way you guys can get a feel. There's a lot of people who like are have to make this for like their programming classes. I know that one of my friends on Discord is actually the reason that I'm writing this program, because he needed to know how to write a digital clock. And I'm also not saying to take my code, I'm saying to interpret this in your own way. And make a clock. I mean, it's a pretty cool little side project, and there's a lot of more stuff you can do. I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, I know you could make it pull off a background and pull from a config. I'm sure there would be some people who would prefer the 24-hour time, so that'd be one of the things. And you could let the user put a image in a certain file path, and yeah, but at this point I'm rambling. So yeah, I think this was a pretty cool little project to make. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it by hitting the like button, and if you guys have any more suggestions, I would love to hear it, so please comment below. Other than that, thank you all. I'm Sankari.